Hey guys, welcome back to my Let's Play of Kamidori. Fusion Ray here, and where we left off, we were about to talk again to these little our groupies at our homes. Let's see what they got to say after everything that's been going on. Yuela comes in while I'm working. She sees I'm busy and nods silently to greet me. After a moment, she turns to leave. But then Emelina comes, woohoo! However, someone else comes barging in and almost crashes into her. Yuela nimbly moves to the side. Put down my work, turn towards them, and also finally greet Yuela. Nothing in particular. Just having you guys hanging out with me. Oh yeah. Well, wait, no, I need Seroe here first. I am not free. I am never free. Oh god, are you bugging us? God, if you're bored, just like, go away somewhere. I don't know, this is getting awkward. Just who I wanted. Seroe shows up too. She smiles when she sees all of us. Thank you for being the reasonable one here. I need people out of the workspace. She starts to pout, then her eyes suddenly light up and she grabs Yuela and Seroe's hands. My room? No, not my room. It's my what? So then after, if you're going up to my room, I want to come too. Oh no, it's like the their perspective. Emelina sits on the bed without a second thought and tests how it feels. Duck feathers. Dang, that's a little pricey. I wonder where she comes from. I wonder. Picks up a pitcher and glass from the bedstand and takes a drink without waiting for anybody to answer. What? Too weak. Yuela finally understands what Emelina wanted and stares at her quietly. So she's an alcoholic? She's looking for something to drink? Turns to leave, but Emelina calls out to her. That's kind of weird. Got me some oatmeal here. Oh yeah, I know. It's breakfast of champions, but you know. Just going with the food because it tastes good. So yeah, if you hear some clanking, it's me eating my oatmeal. God, she is a nosy one. Emily gets up to chase after Yuela, and her eyes are drawn to Yuela's sword. No, you can't touch everything. Jesus Christ, you're annoying. Get out of here. Her cold stare stops Emelina, and she slowly withdraws her hand. Good. Learn to respect boundaries. Emelina fires off questions, one after another, her eyes sparkling. Yuela ignores them and turns her back to Emelina. She leaves the room. Ah, the wise Seroe. I don't know if you want to go that far. Whoa. Oh. She a mama.
ごめんなさい。髪が逆立ってしまいまし
An
たね。
elf mama. Elf milf. Elf
適当に
milf.
切っちゃったからすぐ
That's
立っち
what
ゃ
I
って
want. That's what I'm talking about.
変じゃない？全然可愛いですよ。セラウィはいい人だね。ええ、こちらこそ。
Alright, well. Oh, you're back. What about the other two?
まだ話している。
Still talking. You should take it easy too, Yuela. You don't have to worry about me so much. She turns towards the door to leave, but pauses for a moment.
女というのはどこにいてもかしましいものだな。
Well, it takes one to know one. Aren't you a woman too? She stops silently for a
自
woman.
分を女だと思っていては使命は果たせん。
Oh, so serious. Oh, jeez. That's all she says before she leaves. Oh, I'm so serious. Oh, so serious. You won't be so serious. Anyway, what was I gonna do here? I think I already did what I can do here, so let's see. Oh my god, and we go back here again. It's another conversation. Earthmen, huh? I mutter absent-mindedly to myself as I go about my chores. The Earthmen we encountered couldn't move quickly, but they were powerful. I want to go back to the mine again so I can learn more. That reminds me, Said always seemed to know a lot about them. I should talk to her later. I settle everything in my head and get back to work. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, Setawi, let's go talk to her. Setawi and I come to the bar for lunch, and I decide to ask her about the Earthmen since I've been thinking a lot about them.
アースマンについてで、そういえば探索途中でも随分と気にしていましたね。
That's right. Once I started thinking, I couldn't stop. I tried checking things out myself, but I think you'd know best. She looks at me with my excited eyes and smiles softly as she sips her wine.
エルフが刺激するアースマンのことでよろしければお話ししましょう。
That the elves. Wait, you mean there are different
人間
kinds?
や魔族の間では一括りにされてしまうことも多いのですが、その実は精霊としてのアースマンと創造体としてのアースマンです。
Like golems.
精霊と対話することが可能な私たちエルフは一般的に精霊としてのアースマンを刺激します。一方で精霊との結びつきが希薄な種族の魔術師などは創造体としてのアースマンを用いることが多い。
Her eyes lower and shadow falls across her gentle face. I was going to ask her what the difference was, but the words get stuck in my throat. I don't know what the reason is, but she obviously doesn't have a good opinion of using constructed Earthmen. So if Earthmen are mana, then Earth mana become Earthmen. I don't push her and decide to just change the subject instead.
その通りです。よくご存知ですね。
Nah, it's common knowledge.
土星アースマンはその名が示す通り土に眠る地の精霊によって生み出されるもエルフは地の精霊に交渉を持ちかけて助力を仰ぎ手足の代わりとして作り出すのです。
I heard there was something called a mana contract, but I've only heard the term. She shrugs a little bit as if it's not important. But still, a normal human can't talk to any man at all, so I'm a little jealous.
母なる大地に属する者
Gnome
として
spirits.
守護を信条とする地の精霊はおおらかな性格で願いを聞き入れてくれやすいんです。本質的に精霊との関係が薄い人間族のウィルでも私が仲介すれば話を聞いてくれる。
Indeed. I scratched my head in embarrassment. She saw through me completely. Yep. You want to make a little golem thing, huh? She watches me, questioning me with her clear eyes about what I want to do. The Earthman, I imagine, is like a powerful wall, impervious to any attack. If I could talk to an Earthman like that, the more I think about it, the harder it is to just hold down my excitement. Well, if it's okay with you, I'd love to talk to a mana if it's possible.
承知しました。ではまずアースマンを生成するところから始めましょうか。ウィルと精霊をつなぐための儀式の場がアースマン生成の儀であると考えてください。
A mana, it's like a spirit, huh?
何か不都合
No, I was just thinking, I mean, you don't talk to a gnome for me.
余計な気を回しすぎましたか？
Huh? She whispers to me
アース
mischievously.
マンにも興味がおありのようでしたので、つい
You're
で
quite
です
interested in Earthman and thought this was a good chance. Is that it?
So-
Oh, wait, what? Her breath tickles my cheek. My face is turning hot. Thank you. I'm grateful, said Obi. What? Just speak slowly so I don't trip over my tongue. She nods and laughs softly as she leans back. She took advantage of me here to have some fun. And all I can think about is creating an Earthman with her help. Alright, let's go see what she got to say. It's still dark when I wake up. The book I was reading is still in my bed. I guess I fell asleep reading. I look out the window at the sky between the nearby rooftops. I take a drink of a bottle of wine at the end of the table and put on my jacket and go out. I can hear the sound of a blacksmith. There are some alchemists already hard at work. I walk up the stairs to the square. From this angle, it looks like they lead right to the moon. The beautiful moon is still out right now. It's hard to see between all the buildings, but the sky is just now starting to brighten. It's almost dawn. The empty plaza will be crowded by the morning market soon. I take a deep breath of the cool air. It's never quiet in Yuidora, no matter where, no matter when. There are always sounds of the city life. I grew up in this noise. It doesn't annoy me, it feels natural. I enjoy the fresh air as I walk home. The shadows from the stars are starting to fade. None of the others would be up as early as me. I'm completely awake now. Instead of going back to sleep, I should get to work. Oh, I turn my back on the plaza, but then I sense somebody nearby and turn around again. They're wearing a black robe that fades into darkness. I can barely hear her footsteps, but she's not sneaking. She goes down the stairs, then turns around a corner, walking like a cat. Curious, I follow her as she disappears under a shadow of a building. She leaves the main roads and goes down a small alley. She travels down winding roads between houses, clearly familiar with the route. If I hadn't grown up here, I wouldn't have been able to follow her. She walks straight through a small plaza and then turns another corner. She passes through the gate of an abandoned house and goes into the small yard behind it. Yuidora is full of yards like this. Even though the fronts of streets are lined with houses, there are often yards hidden behind them. My own house has one too. The person in the cloak came all this way without hesitating, but suddenly stops with their back still to me. Yuela asks in a soft voice without looking back at me. Her voice carries surprisingly well. I'm surprised. I step around the corner and shrug instead of explaining. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. What are you doing this early? She closes her lips. Maybe she doesn't want to answer. I scratch my head awkwardly. I'm just curious. I know it's nothing bad, but a girl by herself at this time of day? I think I see Yuela's eyes flash for a moment. Oh, you called her a girl? She don't like being called like that. I didn't mean to insult you. I tried to apologize. Maybe I made her mad. I look down and notice the grass here is very ragged. What's more, the ground is treaded down. The house looks empty, so I don't think anybody is taking care of the yard. And now that I look more closely, there are a lot of leaves and branches that have obviously been cut by something very sharp. One looks like it was cut exactly in half, and another looks like it was shaved to a hair's width. There are countless overlapping footprints all over the ground. I can see fresh ones too. I look back at Yuela. Do you always come here this early? I kneel down and feel the ground directly. If someone wasn't walking on it every day, it wouldn't be this packed. The way Yuela's dressed right now, she's wearing her full armor. What's she doing? I don't mean to get in her way, but at the same time, I'm too curious to just go home. Are you borrowing this yard, or are you using it without permission? She closes her mouth and she looks upset. She closes her eyes slowly. I knew it. Yuela is definitely mad. You're practicing here, right? If so, then get a proper permission to use it. Come on. I'll throw you under the bus, bitch. No, I won't do that. Well, all the more reason to. Regardless, I know a perfect place for you. I laugh proudly and point my thumb at myself. You don't get it? I'm saying that you can use the backyard at my workshop. Dummy. She finally understands. She looks away. Then don't use it. Don't use it. It just needs to be weeded. I've been busy with the workshop, so the grass is overgrown. I'm trying to joke around, but she's not smiling at all. Well, anyway, I said it. Instead of here, use my backyard. Wouldn't that be better? Except for your presence, baby. Oh yeah. I want to watch you practice, or can't I? Yuela quickly walks away. I try to chase after her. Yeah, I was just joking. If you don't want me to watch, then I won't. I mean, I'd like to watch. I'd like to watch you do that, but you know. She looks back at me.
それはすまなかった。私にはユイドラの冗談は理解できない。
She looks too serious. I'm not sure what to say. Well, it's okay. Well, if you need a way, it'll benefit me. Having you practice nearby would be helpful if I was ever in trouble. You wouldn't want a reputation as an oblivious guard because someone ambushed me while you were training elsewhere. It would make it easier for us to talk about making weapons and armor for you too. How about that?
私が外で修行をするのが迷惑ということだな。
Well, that's not exactly what I meant. How to explain it to her? We're communicating, but it feels like something's getting lost part way. She's actually speaking a different language, and that's what it's been all along. Well, it's like Will doesn't even know how to speak Japanese, and she is. It's like, oh man. Well, I wouldn't say that you'd be annoying me, but you're welcome to practice nearby. It's about the same as this place, same size too. Harder to see from the road.
お前はそれでいいのか?
Well, I'm the one who suggested it. God damn it, you dummy. Let's go there now. Practice force Yuela back. Or I practically force her back to the workshop. See? The same.
そうだな。
We used the exact same picture. Hoo-yah! Pyo! She looks around the backyard, then removes her cloak and draws her sword with a sharp metallic sound. She spins around in place, wind ripping around her. Her cloak closed farther. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, nice. Anaki. I clap without thinking. She sheathed her sword. Well, you can use my yard, right?
ああ、今日からはここを使わせてもらう。条件についてだが、ここの草むしりをすればいいんだな。
Well, one more condition. I mean, huh?
そういう話だったと思うが、違ったか?
No, I mean, you really don't need to worry about that.
そういうわけにはいかない。
That was a joke.
冗談?
Well, I mean, if you're practicing here, then the grass will naturally get cut and dirt will be packed down, right? Try hard to explain away my embarrassment about what I said. She finally seems to understand.
ならば最初からそう言ってくれ。
Oh, Jesus. Sorry. What are my apologies for? Jesus Christ. I guess Yuela's from distant 40. She might not understand our sense of humor, but I don't think that was the only reason. Alright. Just show me how you practice.
ダメだ。
Whatever. Make a theatrical shrug of disappointment from rejecting me so bluntly. Of course, it's just an act. I know she's still a very close person. From that day on, Yuela came to practice behind my workshop every morning. Woo! Alright. So I think now, we're gonna do the golem. Alright, here we go. Making that Earthman. Put together my notes, research, make an Earthman, and blah 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 blah. Okay, first I need to collect the basic materials. 1. We got dirt. 2. We got water. 3. We make some mud. Earthman and the Elves creator made with help of man themselves. I need materials. Therefore, I need natural products, places filled with earth and mana. I also need to set up somewhere suitable for the ritual to create an Earthman. That should be easy. Setting up a basic area that supports the flow of magic isn't hard. Natural materials, a magic area. No problem. I got this shit. Read over my notes and books and burn the information into my mind. I'll need fresh mud, a magic sand, and packed mud. Training ground and the sediment corridor in the Eudora mine should have all those. Just you wait for it, Earthman. I'm going to create something amazing! Oh! Alright. Sweet. Now I can talk to Yuela again. Alright, let's see. Has she been training? Finish the first part of my job and go out to the backyard to take a break. By chance, I find Yuela sitting out there, and I wave as I walk over. All she does is return the greeting and give you a very small nod. She doesn't say a single word. It's not exactly awkward, but I do wish I could speak with her more. What kind of place is Distant 40? She glances at me when I ask the question, but her expression doesn't change, and she remains silent. After a moment, she finally answers.
どうとは?
I'm stumped. There's nothing in particular that I was asking about. Anything's fine. I just want to know what kind of country Distant 40 is.
でどうする?
Please, wouldn't it be nice to talk about it? Her silence makes it seem like she's saying no. Is there a reason that she doesn't want to tell me? Yuela's quiet to start with. Maybe there's something about Distant 40 that she especially doesn't want to talk about. It's okay, though. This is just my own curiosity. Before I can say that, she starts talking.
美しい国だ。豊かとは言えないが、川も山も空も美しい。
Well then, I think I understand that. Distant 40 in design has a certain kind of elegance. Doesn't it have a lot of gold and silver mines? Sounds amazing. I heard that it was because of how rich its fiefs are that Distant 40 developed its own unique culture. And it's several times the size of oh my god. these words. Mycality Union? Is it really the Great Eastern Land? I look at her. She's still tilting her head and looking at me like I said something strange. She doesn't look like she's enjoying talking about it. Her lips remain shut. She's neither agreeing with me nor denying what I said, just staying silent. Well, what is it?
私のふるさとは山あいの村だ。皆つつましく暮らしている。
I expect her to follow that by saying that her home isn't like others. Is there some reason she doesn't want to talk about it? Still, it feels even harder to ask her about this than most things. Maybe I should change the subject. But I really want to know more about this and Freddy. Those Asians. I guess it's the equivalent of the Asians. Think for a moment and my eyes stop on her clothes. Your clothes, they were made there, right?
そうだ。
They're nice. Yuidora doesn't have any designs like that. They're also smooth and nice to touch. I'm touching your clothes. Yes. Don't mind me. You don't see high quality clothes like that around this area. Does everybody wear clothes like them?
これは特別だ。だが、そこまで珍しくはない。
Yeah, great street clothes. What kind of buildings are there?
こことはかなり違う。もっと素朴で、ぬくもりのある木の家だ。
Wooden. You see those in the forest sometimes. You mean like log cabins? They are simple but strong, surprisingly comfortable to live in. I see. They also make amazing blades and have a very strong sense of culture. I imagine Distant 40 in my mind. Sure, I'm not doing it justice, but all I can imagine is a village very different from Yuidora. A village in the mountains, houses made of wood, people wrapped in glittering clothes, resting in the shade. Maybe like Yuela, they're quiet, but in my mind, they're people with strong sense of duty and honor. It's exciting just thinking about it. I'd like to go there someday. I mutter under my breath. Yuela's expression doesn't change, but she slowly watches me.
異国人は竜に食われるぞ。
Dragons. What? Seriously? She was joking. Apparently that
その
was a
時に
joke.
は案内してやろう。
After saying that, Yuela goes back inside the house. I rest a little while longer, imagining Distant 40 before I go back to work. Alright. God, that's a lot of story shit. Can I, like, go to some dungeons now? That's like what I want to do. Let's see. Oh my god. I want to go to some dungeons! Alright, as I get ready to start working today, Emilita runs into the workshop. A caravan? Oh, that sounds interesting. Yuidora's Plaza is open every day as a market area, but sometimes a caravan from far away arrives. On those days, you can see strange things that you'll never normally see in the city. But I was just about to get to work! You're distracting me! You could be right. Alright, I'll bet on finding something. Let's go. Oy. This lady. Plaza's crowded already. Some are here for the daily needs. There are others like us too, looking for anything interesting, so there's a big crowd. So many. Yeah, there are. I'm looking around while Emilita keeps getting distracted. I'm running off to find one thing after another. If I take my eyes off her for a moment, I'll lose her in the crowd. Emilita's enraptured by a big salted fish on a spit. That's from Kellenry. It's a trout that came here from the north of Kellenry. Since Kellenry is a large river, they often have excellent fish. Fish meat! Somewhat, but we don't have a major river. See? That's the muttons from Yuidora. They're surrounded by hills and meadows, so dairy farming tends to be popular. There's enough meat, dairy, and other food like that for outskirts to live on their own, but not Yuidora. Yuidora's fruit mostly comes from the forest surrounding the Amaranth in the west. And more importantly, we import all our grains like wheat from the west too. There's the Cotiria Plains in the west, and the city of Santaria and Amarashi on the coast. So while Yuidora produces very little food, everybody's still able to readily buy it every day. Yuidora relies on a lot of expensive imported goods for the Mikliti nations. God, these weird-ass words. There's nothing we can do about that. Yuidora sells its minerals and refined goods, but in turn relies on other cities for meat and grain, and thus trade is born. As Yuidora developed, it needed more food, so its trade naturally continued to grow. Ah, that fish comes from Yuidora. Look, that one. I point at a shop where there's a bunch of different fish. Yay, local. Emily races towards one of them.
見て見てこの顔愛嬌
Oh my god. Going to the market with Emelita, this is not my idea of what I want to do, but you know what? I'm just going with it. Alright. Ah, that. Aside from the face, it's very tasty.
これって食べられるの
You never had Kamidori?
嘘こんな顔してたの
It can be caught in the rivers and lakes of Yuidora, so it's a staple of Yuidora seafood. If you live in Yuidora, you'll eat it eventually.
見れば見るほどウィルそっく
Oh
りだ
gee,
よね
thanks. I look at the catfish face. Tiny, unaligned eyes on a giant face, with a giant mouth surrounded by thin lips. And disheveled whiskers drooping down.
最高にそっくり
Oh, thank you. You know, that's very, very supportive. I mean, yeah. In that case, then, this looks like you. I point at a small Ohario.
可愛いし美味しいよね
You know about this one?
だってそのまま焼いて出てくるじゃないこのお腹の色とかすごく綺麗だよね
Emelita smiles brightly. Yeah, you're right. It's pink, just like you.
それ私に似てるわけじゃないよ
Well, you are really pink. She puffs her cheeks angrily and grabs Ohario. She lets go of it quickly and holds up her finger. Are you okay?
なんか
Pricked. Oh, let me see. I hold her finger up to my eyes. It's just a little prick from a spine of its gills. It's no big deal. Shouldn't have touched it. You need to be careful about spines. Well, you'll be okay. Make sure to point some ointment on it later.
ありがとう
Stall owner looks annoyed at us. I can't blame him. We're making a commotion in front of his shop and touching his merchandise without permission. Sir, I'll buy this and that too. I turn serious and finish shopping.
そういえばウィルは料理もできるんだよね
It's something you have to learn when you live alone.
みんなできるのかな
Of course anybody can do it, dummy. Haven't you ever cooked?
ほら私見た目と違って案外不器用だから
Big surprise! She suddenly gets mad.
もうそんなことないって言ってくれないと
Whatever. I'll teach you next time. What do you want to eat?
キジ肉のシチ
Pheasant, huh? That's a little outside my budget. I grimace. I only ate it once. My parents were celebrating something when I was a little kid, but I don't remember what it tasted like or even how it looked.
ュー言ってみただけだよウィルが貧乏だってことは知ってるもんね
Emilio laughs pridefully. Someday I'll be great and get to eat my fill.
楽しみにしてるよ
She's still laughing. I don't believe you for a minute.
いつかは美味しいものを好きなだけ食べられるように頑張ろう
Mm-hmm. You just keep making me sound poor.
具体的な目標を持つことはいいことじゃない
I guess. Okay, then I'll gorge myself on a great meal
そ
one
れ
day.
までは硬いパンと薄い
Stale
ワイ
bread
ン
and weak
我慢
wine.
よ
God damn. She really wants the strong stuff. We finish shopping and looking at usual items before heading home. Oh, jeez, finally. Okay. No more fucking cutscenes here, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, man. I just want to go to dungeons. I like dungeons. I like doing the gameplay part of this game. It's kind of fun. Anyway. Well, I think I'll stop on this one, but next time we're actually going to go do some shit. Because this time it was like it was just loaded with story shit. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time.